Hi, y'all. It's Hillbilly Jenny from America. Just looks like America has entered the fray here in the form of Netflix that's going to be releasing a documentary on Lucy, I think in early February. Don't worry, I'll watch it so y'all don't have to. And y'all, I've been this close to just ditching my Netflix subscription for a long time. Especially since a few years ago when I realized that Netflix paid what, eight figure thing to a certain American that went over to England and decided to make your former queen's last few years a living hell. I could have told Netflix, save your money, honey. You know what? She's not worth it. She's definitely not royalty. But you know what? I decided not to ditch my subscription because it looks like Netflix was hoisted on their petard, as I could have told them when it came to the productions that came from her and that idiot redheaded husband of hers. But either way, it looks like there's going to be releasing a Lucy Letby documentary. And it looks like Peter Elston is not happy at all. Actually, I don't blame him. It's basically, he said, oh dear, it looks like this will not end well for the Cheshire Police or Netflix. And I will include the video for you, the trailer for Netflix too, so you can see. And Dowie's in it too. Let's just say I'm just wondering, maybe can he one up his wine in the syringe? That's the only reason I'm going to watch it for the hilarity. But you know what, Netflix, if you're watching, I am so sick and tired of just, we need to listen to both sides. Can we just stop that nonsense? You know, it's starting to sound as if, maybe, way back when, 70, 80 years ago, or whatever it was, it should have been, we need to listen to both sides when it came to World War II, and we got to understand Hitler's point of view and the Nazis' point of view. I think we have settled that case, and I do think that the whole Lucy Letby thing is settled too. And I am really, as an American, pissed that an American company is going to possibly make money off of this. I pray they don't. You know what? At all. Now, it looks like, again, Peter Elston, who I just love. I think he's wonderful. He said he did a FOIA a while ago, which confirmed that the Cheshire Police did not get paid by, was it ITNP Productions, or ITN Production, the production company that did it, for access to its investigation. But I'm told officers were paid to appear in the documentary. Disgraceful if true. So, you know what, Netflix, you could have saved a lot of money in production costs if you just would have talked to me, and I would have done it for free. But here, and I do pray that 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 you're going to answer the following questions. Baby A, why did they let it? Why did ask Ravi? Because I understand John Gibbs is in this one too. He's going to give, or I should say, Father John is going to give his opinion on this. So it would have been just, I asked Ravi, why did you let baby A essentially run out of sugar, not do a 12 lead EKG to see if it had lupus, problem with congenital heart failure, and maybe did have APS antibodies that would have caused it to have a clot to its brain. Baby B, we would say to Dr. B, why didn't you make sure that there was a medication that cost maybe pennies called heparin that was put into her line to make sure she didn't throw a clot? Baby C, Dr. Gibbs, why did you just stand there and watch this baby die of utter agony due to a severe bowel obstruction? Baby D, why did you let poo come down from the ceiling right next to its cot and let that poor report term baby die. Baby E, we would say Dr. ZA, why did you just stand there and allow the register just to basically say, I'm noticing the baby's bleeding, so we just wait an hour or two and see how much it bleeds before we think about blood. Baby F, which is an insulin baby, you would ask them, basically, why did you allow a long line to be severely infected? G, baby G, oh, I understand. Baby G, that's the one where Dr. Gibbs and Dr. Harkness decided to stick it 7 times. That's something I think a certain Nazi physician did that kind of shit to somebody. Anyhow, and that's the one that they left the monitors and the poor baby basically collapsed. My understanding now is Dr. Brewery is the consultant's been following for this baby for years and basically told them that, oopsie, the reason the baby has severe cerebral palsy and severely disabled is the fact that it had one vomit. Yeah, gaslighting there. Baby H is the one that we'd ask Dr. Ravi. I said, why did you allow it to have, essentially, see this thing here? It had steel needles that was kept in it for hours, maybe a day or two, which is very painful. And the equivalent of that is to have this thing in here. And if you were adult, if you had two of these just sticking out of your chest for a while. In addition, you should ask Ravi, did he not go to kindergarten? Because they would teach you how to count from 1 to 5. Because basically, intercostal spaces, which is the space between ribs, all you need to do as a doctor is to count 1 rib, 2 rib intercostal space, 3, 4, 5, and that's where you put the chest tube. It looks like he couldn't count. Let's see, baby I, might want to ask the physicians. Oh, this one would be Dr. Yaxel in this one, who refused to take this baby on. Or he just didn't answer the phone call for 7 hours when Dr. B called. Okay, and it was so freaking septic, it had to go on something called both dobutamine and dopamine. And we're gonna give a moment of silence here for the poor healthcare workers who know what those 2 medications are. They probably right now hearing that fell off their chair and they need just a few minutes to collect themselves. I'll explain to you later what that is, but it's a severe intensive care medicine that you use to basically maintain your blood pressure. Let's see, J, that's the baby that Countess of Chester said, oh, yeah, send on back. And it has a stoma. Even though we have no supplies that could deal with it, and the nurses really are not experienced to deal with it, so it's okay to send it back. And make sure you send it back with a central line, a long line called a Broviac. And when you send it back, we won't have any supplies to deal with that stoma. So what we do to contain the poop, we're just going to wrap it in a towel. Okay? Because we don't like buying supplies. K, well, Ravi was that one. We know what happened to baby K. Oh, with baby K, I'll let you know. Basically, when it was transferred to Aero Park, they decided to take a chest x-ray, because I don't blame them, because I would have trusted Ravi too. One of its lungs was completely whited out on x-ray. Again, we're going to give all fellow healthcare workers that are watching this video a moment of silence so they can collect themselves as they fall off their chair and realize that. Okay, L, I believe that might have been an insulin baby. M, I think that was one that required CPR. I think it required what? Oh, Michael McConville was quite apoplectic over that one. That one required 9 doses of adrenaline. Okay, again, we're going to let the healthcare workers kind of gather themselves. N, oh, baby N, that was the one Countess of Chester had no problem dealing with a hemophiliac baby. I think we all know that one. Oh, yeah, we'd ask Dr. Brewery how he is with his needle insertions. P, that would be Dr. B, and that one, the parents saw them Googling how to put in a chest tube. So Anyhow, Netflix, I would have saved you a lot of money in production costs if you would have done that. So either way, I will watch this Netflix thing. And if, you know what, if it does give a, let's just say, a reasonable thing, and, or, you know, this, or give correct information, I definitely will let you know, and I will definitely continue my subscription to Netflix. But you know, if it does that, you gotta understand both sides of the story thing, I'm gonna just ditch it. And you know what? I'm gonna let every nurse I know in America know we need to cancel Netflix. So either way, I will be attention the trailer to that Netflix, and let me tell you, the comments are absolute gold. 99% of them are wonderful. Something to the effect that, and Paul Hughes is in this, something to the effect that the comments about him, it's like, hello, it looks like maybe Netflix will maybe show us a piece of film that shows that Paul Hume's able to string two words together that sound like he can actually speak. So either way, if you want to leave any comments below or anything, let me know. And I'm not trying to sound nasty or anything like that, or trying to use humor. That this is just actually to the point, that it is just, it absolutely has become a Monty Python skit. Absolute Monty Python skit. And I, as an American, is disgusted that, unless this American company, and that's fine, show, and if they do it correctly, that is good. Because I am proud of the fact that the New Yorker magazine, which was an American magazine, had that wonderful article. And anything that would have helped for the sales of that, I am all for it. But either way, let's, oh, and let's just make sure, I'm gonna be making some, shall we say, rather humorous comments on the Netflix things too. So I gotta think of a good one. If you all wanna help me and add a few humorous ones, I would appreciate it too. Now, my understanding, and I hope I'm wrong, but I've heard rumors to the effect that, one of the parents of one of the babies will be making an appearance. Netflix, I hope you, Ed, by God, my God, if you had, I hope you did not take advantage of them. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to be furious. And you know what? I live in a hillbilly state. And guess what? We have no problem. We have no problem letting you know. You don't mess with that. You don't mess with someone from a hillbilly state. Okay? And all those, just warning you, all those interviews that we were wondering what does Lucy's voice sound like, the Cheshire Police didn't release it to us. They released it to Netflix. And you're going to see her being arrested in, yes, in her pajamas. She truly was arrested in her pajamas in her bed. It's going to be gut-wrenching, folks. You take care, and don't worry. I will give you my hillbilly opinion on this too. Bye-bye.